Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so check this out. I don't very often tell people what's going on in my life. I don't know why. I guess I just learned to keep it to myself over the years because, well, it wouldn't do any good not to, and it would just fuel the enemy too much. That's why I call them opposition. I don't have enemies. People that are foolish enough to attempt to make me an enemy, make God an enemy. I don't wish that on anyone, so I relieve them of that. They can serve my Lord for the rest of eternity and be in opposition. So that's just a warning. Now, that being said, apparently someone decided that they were going to be opposition to the Lord and to me. They decided that they were going to throw their weight, politicking is what we're talking about, 0055. We're talking about politicking, y'all. At the shelter that I'm living at, because I wouldn't let them bully me like they do everybody else. I wouldn't let them talk to me crazy like they do everybody else. And I just didn't care to lie, to sugarcoat shit, or to pretend like it was anything that it wasn't. Now, what am I talking about? Even if you didn't ask, I'm glad you asked. Let's go into detail here. And I started not to do that, but God's like, you better just tell people the truth. Why sugarcoat shit, dance around it? I dance with God, the Spirit, by myself. If you've ever tried to dance with me, you know what I mean. Now, that being said, so I was working at the shelter, serving in the kitchen at dinner one night. And this lady comes up to me and she tells me that she's staff. And there were two staff members standing there, but they were discussing something else. And I was trying to get their attention and ask them if this lady was in fact staff, because I'd never seen her before, but how was I to know whether or not they hired somebody new? They don't tell me that. Well, they were busy in their conversation. They didn't respond to me. I got tired of waiting. Figured, okay, fine, I'll serve her anyway. Either she's lying, and it'll be dealt with, or she's not lying, and I won't be reprimanded for not serving staff, which is the way they are there, right? I won't be reprimanded for questioning staff. That's the way they are. Okay, we're talking about the Good Samaritan Rescue Mission in Corpus Christi. Yeah. I don't care if they like it or not. They're already throwing me out. So, what happened was that they decided they were going to get mad at me. Or this one particular person decided he was going to get mad at me because I served her and he was going to try to chew me out. Well, you should ask me. Well, sir, I did try to ask you. And you were busy in a conversation and were paying me no mind. So I figured I'd go ahead and serve her. It wasn't like she wasn't going to eat eventually anyway. I mean, really shouldn't have been that big of a deal. Okay, so fast forward. The next day, my boss, because that was the boss of a different part of the kitchen, not my boss. I didn't treat him like he was anything less than either kind of a way, but apparently he decided that because he was in a position of power, I was less than him. We'll get to that. So the next day, my boss tells me, hey, I heard about what happened in the kitchen yesterday with that lady that lied to you. Said she was staff. He said, I'm going to talk to Tina about it. Blah, 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 blah. Tina's the lady that runs the management and runs everybody, right? The second in command of the whole place or something like that. I don't know. I don't deal with the hierarchy. It's not my business. Okay, so I was like, okay, well, I wasn't worried about it either way. Whoever's mad at me or whoever isn't, I didn't do anything wrong. The lady lied. He said, well, next time go file a report right then. I said, well, I did want to do that, and I was told, no, don't do that. So here we go again. With God told me to do it, I wanted to listen to God, but the people in charge of me did not want me to obey God. Now watch how this unfolds. So that night, I'm on my shift, and I had went to the store and bought some juice because I don't need to be drinking coffee all the time. I don't need to be drinking tea all the time. It's too much caffeine. They won't let us have water flavors. They will only let us have little cones of water out of the ice water cooler. Otherwise, we have to get water out of the water fountain that's not really that cold. Okay, so let's get there. I went and got some juice. It's only a couple dollars. I had it. It was good for me. I needed it. That's what I was laid to do. That's what I did. Well, I left my juice inside of Walmart bags, or H-E-B bags, really. But anyway, I left it inside of H-E-B bags, and I took it, stuck it in the back, and went to work. Well, the person that got mad at me the night before heard, because he was sitting right there, I made sure he heard the conversation between my boss and I about him. Made sure he heard it. So I wasn't gossiping, I wasn't talking behind his back, and I wasn't speaking anything but the truth. And I made sure, Billy, that you heard it too. Didn't I? Now, he decides that next night he's going to come back there and cop an attitude with me. Now, this is how I know he had an attitude with me, besides the tone that he took, his body language, what he said, and what provoked it to begin with. This man decides he's going to jump down my throat about that bottle. And all I said to him was, okay, well, if I can't have it back here, and I can't have it in my room, and I can't have it out there because I don't have anybody sitting out there that'll wash it for me, what can I do with it? Do I have to throw it away? Okay? It was still almost a full bottle, like one of those big bottles of mango pineapple juice, right? Albeit, yeah, it was only $3, but that's a waste. Why waste it? But I still wanted it. So if I had to throw it away, I had to throw it away. But I wanted to know what I legitimately had to do about it. So, if you hear me laugh, it's not funny though. This man starts screaming at me as I tell my boss, okay, I'm going to go see if they will let me keep it up front, up here in this little kitchenette at the main office. My boss tells me, okay, as I'm walking off, I'm saying this. And that man named Billy starts screaming at me. I don't know what you're saying or what you're talking about you're going to go do, but you're not going to be talking about me like that. Bro, what the fuck is your problem? Look, I'm not on property, so watch me drop the F-bomb all over your ass. Fuck, fuckity, fucking bullshit's what the fuck that is. I don't give a shit what anybody has to say. If you don't like it, go somewhere the fuck else. But peep this. You're not finna start hollering at me, and when I turn around and ask you, whoa, what the fuck is your problem? What is your problem? I have not done nothing to you. All I said was, I'm gonna see if I can take that. I don't have to explain myself to you. But this is what I said. And I told him what I said. The color and everything drained from his face. Oh, well, that's not what I thought. I thought you were gonna go gossip on me again. Excuse you? I ain't fucking gossiped on you once. Unlike what you do. I don't talk about people. I tell the truth. And not only that, but I make sure that they know what the fuck I said. That it's recorded and backed up. And again, still the truth. So trigger. Now we know what time you're on. So besides being the ops, what is your problem? I come back. I know at this point, because I know the things that have happened to other people whenever they have had disputes with this man. I know at this point what's about to happen. So while I'm in the office asking if I can leave my drink in there, I go ahead and file an incident report. Look, this is what happened. I just want y'all to know from my point of view. Okay, because he took it this way, but that's not what it was at all. Not even remote. Excuse me. Confirmation burp. Not even remotely. Oh, look, I gotta laugh because I'm like, what the fuck is the level of stupid I gotta deal with all the time? So what's he do, ladies and gentlemen? He does the petty thing, right? He sends one of his employees in to sit across the room from me to see what I'm doing in there. And then as soon as I get up and go to the front counter and say, okay, I need to file an incident report, we're talking about Aaliyah, jumps up and goes running outside and over to the coffee house that they call it, where she works at, their part of the kitchen, to tell Billy that I'm filing an incident report, so that Billy can then go make up a reason to have an incident report against me. Because he thought, I guess, that I'm like him, and then I would find some reason to have a complaint in order to get somebody thrown out or act like I had power. No. God has power. I don't want power. I recognize power. Power's ugly. Power makes you stupid. I'll pass. Hard. Fast. Seriously.